Thank you, Mr. Pravartak Pathak. We are going to delay your lunch a little bit, not too much, because we are starting a little late. I have asked my speakers to speak for about 15 minutes instead of 20. We will have discussions, if any, at the end, if there is some time, and if you're still not hungry enough to rush for lunch. This session is on the Evidence Act. I have a feeling that most of us will continue to call it an Evidence Act for a while. It's called the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, which even in my poor Hindi does not add up to evidence. Of course, as we explore the nitty-gritty of these legislations, it is important to grapple with individual provisions. But I'd just like to point out that this entire session and the entire conference is a once-in-2-year conference which our President of the Bar Association of India, Mr. Prashant Kumar, started 2 years back. And the idea is to debate on issues relating to the rule of law, which, as we understand, is absolutely central to the concept of a democracy in the modern world. So I would invite our speakers also to dwell a bit on whether they feel that the rule of law has been strengthened or weakened by the new legislation. I'm very happy Mr. Pathak mentioned Mr. Stephen, who was responsible for codifying the English law of evidence. I studied under a gentleman who was in the process of trying to codify the English criminal law, without, of course, any success so far. His code is ready, but nobody is prepared to enact it. And he used to tell us about Stephen, who codified the law and then found no takers in his home country to legislate it, for which I believe in the latter part of his life he was very troubled. However, the colonies, I know that's a dirty word today, but however in the colonies his codification was given effect to in the Indian Evidence Act and followed as the Indian Evidence Act in many parts of the colonial empire. Now, there are many aspects of colonization which is entirely abhorrent in our modern day sensibilities, many. But not every aspect of colonization is like that. The Indian Evidence Act has stood the test of time, and with the minimum of amendments over the years, it has been able to handle technological changes which has taken place from the time it was enacted till today, including the possibility of using electronic evidence. Of course, some additional amendments were required to fully deal with that aspect. With that, I would invite my speakers to take over the session. As a chairman, I'd like to keep my comments down to the minimum possible. My first speaker today is Mr. Aditya Sondhi, Senior Advocate in the Supreme Court of India. He has served as Additional Advocate General for Karnataka in 2016 and 2018. And he is a graduate of the National Law School of India University, which, as you know, is a revolution in legal education in this country, the benefits of which are in the last few years become apparent. We have now a large band of very, very proficient and successful practitioners and judges who have been thrown up by the new system of education. Mr. Sondhi, all yours. I'm sorry, I didn't realize he was a PhD from Mysore University, and I should be referring to him as Dr. Aditya Sondhi.